My wife returned from a love trip with her lover and found an empty house. No children, no belongings, no husband. Her choice had finally caught up with her, and my revenge was just beginning. Be me, 31-year-old Robert Anderson, living in Atlanta for past few years, working as a software architect at major tech company. Pretty damn good life overall. Married to Amanda for 12 years. 2 amazing kids. Everything seems perfect until that Friday. Get home early around 4:45 p.m. that day. Amanda's been working from home past year. Some content writing gig she picked up. Says being just a mom wasn't enough anymore. Usually hear her talking on phone or typing away in kitchen. Today, nothing but silence. Standing in foyer holding box of donuts. Got them as surprise for kids. Small gesture to make weekend special. Call out her name. Amanda, you here? No answer. Air feels heavy, like whole house is holding its breath. Head upstairs. Think maybe she's napping or on important call. Notice something weird. Bedroom door is shut. Might not seem strange to most people, but in 12 years of marriage, we never close that door. Unless changing or sick. Just one of those unspoken rules. And now it's not just shut, it's locked. Knock on door. Amanda? Wait, nothing. Knock harder. Amanda, everything okay in there? Silence for a beat, then muffled voice. Yeah, I'm fine. Just finishing something up. Be down in a minute. Finishing what exactly? What needs locked door at 4:45 p.m.? Heart starts pounding. Try to play it cool. What are you hiding, Christmas presents? I joke. Her laugh comes too quick, too high-pitched. Yeah, exactly. Just don't come in, okay? Doesn't even try to sound convincing. Stand there staring at doctor. Something's happening behind it. Something she doesn't want me to see. Then I hear it. Faint rustling sound. Like fabric against fabric. And a whisper. Low and hurried. Definitely not hers. Stomach drops instantly. My voice gets tight. Amanda, who's in there with you? She doesn't answer right away. More movement. Sounds like someone scrambling to get up. Mind racing through every possible scenario. Each one worse than the last. Amanda! I shout. Bang on door hard. Open the damn door right now! I said I'll be down in a minute, Robert. She snaps. Voice suddenly sharp and defensive. Don't care anymore. Grab handle and yank it. Of course it doesn't budge. Without thinking, throw my weight against it. Slam shoulder into wood. Takes 2 tries. Lock finally gives way. Door flies open with loud crack. What I see stops me dead. Amanda standing by bed. Face white as ghost. Hands gripping mattress edge. Like it's keeping her standing. And there he is. Half hidden behind open closet door. Guy in his early 30s. Bit younger than me. Nothing but boxer briefs on. His shirt crumpled on floor. Stare at him. Then at her. Brain trying to process what eyes are seeing. What the hell is this? Voice comes out low and shaking. Amanda opens mouth. Closes it. Like fish gasping for air. She doesn't look guilty. Doesn't even look ashamed. Just looks annoyed. Like I'm inconveniencing her. Robert, she sighs. Like I'm overreacting. You weren't supposed to be home yet. That one sentence hits harder than any punch. Not, this isn't what it looks like. Not, I can explain. Just, you weren't supposed to be home yet. The guy starts fumbling for jeans on floor. Look man, I should probably go. You think? I snap. Take step toward him. He flinches. Grabs clothes. Backs toward door like scared rabbit. Seconds away from decking him. But he bolts before I can. Then it's just me and Amanda, standing in wreckage of what used to be our marriage. What the F***CK is wrong with you? Voice shaking with rage. How long has this been going on? She crosses arms. Still won't meet my eyes. Does it matter? Her words hit like physical slap. Can't believe what I'm hearing. No apology. No remorse. Just pure cold indifference. Does it matter? Are you serious right now? My voice rising to shout, we have a family, Amanda. We have 2 kids. And this is what you're doing while I'm at work? She rolls her eyes, like I'm being dramatic. Oh, don't give me that family crap. You're never around, Robert. You work late. You barely talk to me anymore. And honestly, you're boring. I needed more. Her words slice through me like knives. Boring? Been working my ass off. Providing for her. For our kids. For this life we built together. And I'm boring? Stand there staring. Looking at woman I thought I knew. Woman I loved for 15 years. Realize she isn't that woman anymore. Or maybe she never was. Make my decision right there. Don't say another word. Turn around. Walk out of room. Head straight to kids' bedrooms. Tell Lucas and Rose to pack bags. We're going on adventure. Amanda doesn't try to stop me. Doesn't even come downstairs. When she gets home later, happy from her little date, kids and I already gone. And that was just the beginning. Drive to motel is longest 25 minutes of life. Lucas sits in back seat with Rose, both chattering away, blissfully unaware of Storm, trying to contain in my chest every mile between us and house. Feels like another step toward breaking apart life I thought I was holding together. Rose clutches favorite stuffed elephant, leans forward from back seat. Daddy, where's Mommy? Isn't she coming with us? For second, can't breathe. How do you answer a question like that? To 5-year-old? Grip steering wheel tighter. Force voice to stay calm. Mommy had to stay home, sweetie. This is just special trip for us. Lucas, always more observant than sister, narrows his eyes. Is Mommy mad at you? Did you guys have a fight? His question hits harder than expected. This kid, my kid, already so used to tiptoeing around tension. Want to scream, tell him how unfair it is, that he even has to ask that question. Instead, force smile in rearview mirror. Nobody's mad. Everything's fine. Just sit back and enjoy the ride, okay? Pull into rundown motel parking lot, outside of city limits. Lucas wrinkles his nose. This doesn't look like a fun trip, he mutters. Don't respond. Just park car. Get out. Check us into room with 2 beds. Receptionist doesn't ask questions. But way she looks at me, like she knows exactly what kind of night I'm having. Makes my skin crawl. Get inside room. Kids immediately claim bed closest to TV. Start arguing over what channel to watch. Sit on other bed. Stare at peeling wallpaper. Try to make sense of whirlwind. My life became in last few hours. Phone buzzes on nightstand. It's her. Amanda. Where are you? Amanda. Robert, this isn't funny. Amanda. Bring the kids home. Amanda. Answer me. Amanda. We need to talk. Talk. Now she wants to talk. Stare at screen. Thumb hovering over block button. But blocking her won't fix anything. Have to think. Have to figure out next move. Don't reply. Hour later, texts turn into calls. Let them go to voicemail. After 5th missed call, she leaves message. Robert, stop being dramatic. Bring the kids home. I don't have time for this. No apology. No concern for kids. Just annoyance that I disrupted her evening. Can almost picture her. Pacing in living room. Scrolling through phone. Probably messaging that guy. Venting about how difficult I'm being. Want to throw phone against wall. Instead, shove it in pocket. Turn to Lucas and Rose. All right, guys. Force cheer into voice. Who's up for pizza? That perks them up instantly. Order delivery from first place can find. While waiting, help Lucas set up Nintendo Switch on Motel TV. Rose climbs onto my lap, babbling about how she's going to beat her brother at Mario Kart. For a moment, almost feel normal. Almost, pizza comes. Eat sitting on beds. Kids giggling over cheesy jokes they make up. Laugh along with them, even though mind is miles away. Keep checking window. Half expecting Amanda to show up. Not sure what I'd do if she did. After kids finally fall asleep. Sit in dark staring at phone. Feel weight of decision pressing down. This isn't just about Amanda cheating anymore. This is about what kind of life I want. For my kids. For myself. Start scrolling through photos. Pictures of family vacations. Birthdays. Lazy Sunday mornings on couch. In every single one, Amanda is smiling. Playing part of perfect wife and mother. For first time, wonder how much of it was real. At 11 p.m., another text comes through. Amanda. You don't have the right to take them like this. Amanda. Bring them back now or I'll call the police. Laugh out loud. Bitter, hollow sound. The police? For what? For protecting my kids? From whatever circus she's running back at house? Let her call. Not afraid of her anymore. Still no, can't stay in motel forever. She'll figure out where we are eventually. Not about to have that confrontation. In front of Lucas and Rose. Need to buy myself some time. Time to figure out how to make separation permanent. Text her back. Keep it short and cold. Me. Kids are safe. I'll call you when I'm ready. Her reply comes instantly. Amanda. You're overreacting. Amanda. Don't do something you'll regret. Regret? Oh, I regret plenty. Like ignoring signs for so long. Like trusting her. Like letting her turn me into some predictable, dependable idiot. While she snuck around behind my back. But if she thinks I'll regret taking kids and walking out, she has no idea who she's dealing with. Stare at ceiling for hours that night. Mind racing. By morning, have a plan. Game isn't over. It's just getting started. Wake up next morning. Kids still asleep. Their small bodies tangled together under scratchy motel blanket. Just sit there watching them breathe. They don't know it yet. But their lives about to change. Can't let them grow up in house built on lies. Can't let Amanda think she can just waltz back into our lives after what she's done. Not going to play victim. Not anymore. Slip into bathroom. Splash cold water on face. Stare at reflection in mirror. Eyes bloodshot. Jaw clenched so tight it hurts. Look like hell. But something else there too. Something haven't felt in years. Focus. Amanda thinks she's smart, but she made 2 mistakes. First was thinking I'd just roll over and take this. Second was underestimating how far I'd go. To protect what matters to me. By time kids wake up, already booked us into cabin. About 2 hours away, near Lake Norman. Not much, just little rental on edge of lake, but far enough to buy breathing room I need. Tell Lucas and Rose we're going on mini vacation. Too excited about lake to ask questions. Amanda, of course, another story. As we pack up car, phone buzzes nonstop. Calls, texts, voicemails. She's relentless. Ignore every single one. Loading last bags into car. Phone vibrates again. Glance down and freeze. Not Amanda this time. It's Jennifer, her best friend. Jennifer. Robert, what's going on? Jennifer. Amanda is freaking out. Jennifer. Can we talk for a second? Consider ignoring her too. But idea sparks. Realize Jennifer might be exactly who I need to hear from. Send quick reply. Me. Sure, call me in 20 minutes. Hit road not long after. Kids chattering in back seat. Arguing over who'll get biggest pancakes? When we stop for breakfast. Meanwhile, mind is spinning. Calculating next move. True to her word, Jennifer calls. About 20 minutes later, turn down radio. Make sure kids are occupied. Pick up. Robert? Jennifer's voice cautious. Almost hesitant. Hey, Jennifer. Keep tone even. Amanda sent you, didn't she? She didn't send me. Sounds defensive. She's just worried. Said you took kids without telling her. Is that true? Almost laugh. Did she also tell you why? Pause on other end. No, Jennifer admits. She just said you were upset and... Look, I'm not trying to pick sides here. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm fine. Kids are fine. But since you're so concerned, let me fill you in. Lay it all out for her. Locked door. Guy in his underwear. Complete lack of remorse from Amanda. By time I finish, Jennifer dead silent. You're kidding, she finally says. But voice doesn't sound surprised. You knew, didn't you? Press harder. Heart pounding. What? No. I mean, I suspected something was going on. But Amanda never told me anything directly. I swear I didn't know. Don't know if she's lying. Don't care at this point. Look, Jennifer, not calling to point fingers. Need to know if there's anything else. Has she said anything to you? Mentioned anyone? Need the truth. Another pause. Longer this time. Can practically hear Jennifer, weighing loyalty to Amanda against whatever shred of decency she has left. There's a guy, she finally admits. Don't know his name, but she's mentioned him couple times. Said he was exciting. Made her feel alive. Jennifer's voice drops to whisper. Robert, I didn't know it had gone this far. Thought she was just venting. Venting? Repeat in disbelief. She locked me out of my own bedroom, Jennifer. She brought him into my house. Does that sound like venting to you? Jennifer doesn't respond, which is answer enough. Thanks for your honesty, voice cold. Tell Amanda I'll be in touch when I'm ready. Hang up. That's all needed to hear. Whoever this guy is, he isn't just some fling. He's excuse Amanda's been waiting for. Ticket out of life, she'd apparently decided. Wasn't good enough for her anymore. But she underestimated me. That night after settling into cabin, kids finally asleep. Sit at small kitchen table, beer in hand, laptop open. Doesn't take long to piece together plan. First step is finding the guy. If Amanda won't give answers, I'll get them myself. And when I find him, let's just say, not going to handle it way she thinks. Revenge isn't about yelling, breaking things, making scene. It's about precision. About making sure she realizes, with crystal clarity, that she destroyed wrong man. She wants excitement. She wants freedom. Fine. I'll give her taste of both. See how she likes living with fallout. Finding him easier than thought. People like Amanda don't cover tracks well. When someone lives double life, they always leave breadcrumbs. And she wasn't exactly subtle. Started with her email. Set up Amanda's Gmail account years ago, back when she needed help getting organized. What she didn't know, linked it to old backup email of mine. Never had reason to use it. Until now, logging in like stepping into room. She'd forgotten to lock. Not prepared for how much was there. Flirty messages. Vagi nuendus. Even reservation for hotel. She claimed was for networking event. Doesn't take long to find his name? Tyler Bennett. Tyler. Sounds generic enough. To belong to guy who thinks he's special. Because he wears leather jackets? Posts gym selfies on Instagram. Emails paint nauseating picture. Inside jokes. Pet names. Plans to meet while I'm at work. She'd even forwarded him few pictures. Of kids? My kids. That's part that makes blood boil. She brought this guy into our world. Let him peek into life we built. All while keeping me in dark. Turned what was supposed to be sacred into some kind of joke. Takes all self-control. Not to smash laptop. But can't lose cool. Not now. Need more information. Have to keep digging. Search his name on social media, and there he is. Human embodiment of every midlife crisis cliche. Could imagine. Profile public. Doesn't take long to find telltale signs. Pictures of him hiking shirtless. Selfies with captions like rise and grind. And of course, motorcycle. Looks younger than me by few years. Closer to Amanda's age. Fit. Cocky. Exactly kind of guy who thought breaking up family made him irresistible. Scrolling through his posts, notice something else. Locations. He isn't just some random fling. Lives nearby. Less than 20 minutes from my house. That's when it all clicks. The networking events, girls' nights, gym obsession. All of it orchestrated so she could spend time with him. She didn't just cheat, turned our life into her playground. Stay up late into night, piecing together his past, patterns, habits, works as personal trainer, explains obsession with fitness. His posts show him at same coffee shop every Friday morning, likes to hit up local bar on Saturday nights, usually with group of equally douchey-looking friends. By time sun starts to rise, have everything I need, but don't just want to confront him. Would be too simple. Want to unravel his little fantasy life. Amanda might think he was some kind of escape, but about to show her exactly what she traded me for. Spend next day with kids. Try to focus on them, instead of storm brewing inside. Lucas and Rose don't need to know what's going on. Not yet. They think we're just on little trip. Want to keep it that way. As long as possible. By time evening rolls around, have finalized my plan. Leave kids with babysitter. Older woman who runs cabin rentals. Happy to help for small fee. Then drive into town. Park few blocks away from Tyler's favorite bar. Place loud and crowded. Reeks of cheap beer. Not hard to spot him. Standing near pool table. Surrounded by few guys. Look like carbon copies of him. Muscles. Tight shirts. Cocky grins. Tyler has arm draped around woman. Who isn't Amanda? Interesting. Grab drink. Find spot near wall. Where can watch without being noticed? Woman he's flirting with. Can't be more than 23. Laughing at every stupid thing he says. He leans in close. Whispers something in her ear. Makes her giggle. So this is Guy. Amanda decided was worth blowing up her life for. Serial flirt who probably thinks commitment is dirty word. Wait until he goes to bar to grab another drink. Then make my move. Tyler Bennett, step up beside him. He turns. Clearly surprised. Yeah, who's asking? For a moment, don't say anything. Just look at him. Really look at him. He has that smug, self-satisfied air. Kind that only comes from coasting through life. On looks and charm. Makes me sick. My name's Robert, say finally. We have mutual friend. He frowns, confused. Don't think I know you, man. You don't, say calmly. But you know my wife. Amanda. Color drains from his face so fast, it's almost comical. Oh, relax. Hold up hand. Not here to fight you. That seems to confuse him even more. He glances around, probably looking for backup, but his friend's too busy, with their beers and pool game, to notice. Just wanted to meet Guy. Who's been sneaking around with her? I mean, it's not every day. You get to shake hands with Guy. Who wrecked your marriage? Look, man, He starts. Save it, interrupt him. Already know everything. The emails. The meetups. The hotel reservations. Not here to make scene. Just want to know one thing. He swallows hard. Adam's apple bobbing. What does she know? Ask-o. Tilting head. Lean in. Lower voice. Does she know about other women? Because from where I'm standing, doesn't look like she's only one. You've been keeping busy with... He stiffens. Eyes darting toward girl. He'd been flirting with. For a moment doesn't say anything. Then clears throat. Don't know what you're talking about. Sure you don't. Smile coldly. Enjoy your night, Tyler. Don't worry. I'll make sure Amanda gets full story. Turn and walk away. Leave him standing there, pale and flustered. Step 1. Plant seed. Let him panic. Let him wonder if Amanda, about to find out truth about him. Step 2. That would come soon enough. Next morning. Sit at edge of dock behind cabin. Watching mist roll off lake. Kids inside eating cereal. Watching cartoons. Their laughter echoing faintly. Through cabin walls. Peaceful out here. Serene. Stark contrast to storm building inside me. Amanda had texted twice that morning. Amanda, are you ready to stop this nonsense yet? Amanda, we need to talk about the kids. Amanda, stop dragging this out. Not single word about what she'd done. No apology. No admission of guilt. Just pure arrogance. Like I'm unreasonable one. For not playing along with her charade. She doesn't know I met Tyler. Doesn't know what I know. Or what I'm planning. Pull out phone. Type message. Keep it short and deliberate. Me. Let's talk. Her reply comes immediately. Amanda, finally, where? Me. At the house? Me. Be there at noon. Me. Alone. Word alone is important. Not about to let her drag Tyler into this. This is between me and her. By 11:30, have dropped kids off. With same babysitter. Driving toward house. Roads are familiar. But everything about drive feels different. House isn't home anymore. It's scene of crime. Her crime? Pull into driveway. Her car already there. She's sitting on front steps, scrolling through phone. Like she doesn't have care in world. As get out of car, she looks up, gives tight, annoyed smile. About time, she says. Standing and crossing arms. I've been waiting. Ignore her. Walk past her. Unlock front door. She follows me inside. Sound of her heels clicking. Against hardwood floors. So are you done playing victim? Or are we going to have actual conversation? Her tone sharp. Turn to face her. Lean against kitchen counter. We'll have conversation. But first I want to hear you say it. She frowns. Say what? Say what you did. Amanda rolls her eyes. Like I just asked her to recite alphabet. Robert, don't be ridiculous. We both know why we're here. I don't need to spell it out for you. Feel jaw tighten, but force myself to stay calm. No, say voice low and steady. You do need to spell it out. I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you admit it. For a moment, she just stares at me. Expression unreadable. Then lets out bitter laugh. Fine, throws up hands. You want me to say it? I cheated on you. There, happy now? Happy. Word echoes in mind like bad joke. No, shake head. But at least now you've said it. Amanda leans against table, arms crossed. Robert, don't act like this is all on me. Our marriage has been dead for years. You're always working, always distracted. You've been checked out for ages. What did you expect me to do? Sit around and wait for you to notice me? Her words hit like slap, but don't let it show. So this is my fault? It's not about fault, she snaps. It's about reality. You stopped trying, Robert. You stopped being exciting. I needed more. And Tyler. Tyler? Interrupt A. Raise eyebrow. You mean guy who was hitting on another woman at bar last night? That shuts her up. Her mouth opens slightly. But no words come out. Yeah, continue. Voice cold. I met him. Nice guy, really? Seemed busy, though. Too busy to bother mentioning. That he's been sleeping with half women in town, apparently. Amanda's face flushes. That's not true. Isn't it? Take step closer. Because from where I'm standing, looks like you blew up our family. For guy who doesn't even take you seriously, she looks away, jaw tightening. For first time, see something other than arrogance in her expression. Doubt. I didn't come here to fight, say. Backing off slightly, came here to tell you. What's going to happen next? Her head snaps back toward me, eyes narrowing. What's that supposed to mean? It means I'm done playing games, say firmly. I've already talked to lawyer. I'm filing for divorce. And I'm going to make damn sure. Kids stay with me. She lets out sharp laugh, but it's forced. You think you can just take them from me? Good luck with that, Robert. No court is going to side with you. Over their mother, pull out phone. Open app downloaded night before. You sure about that? Ask. Hold it up. Her eyes flick to screen. For first time, see real panic. Flash across her face. What is that? She demands. Proof, say simply. Of everything. The texts, the emails, the hotel reservations, even video I got last night of Tyler flirting with that girl at bar. And trust me, Amanda, courts will be very interested to see how dedicated you've been. To this family, her face turns white. You wouldn't... Try me. For moment room dead silent, Amanda stares at me, hands clenched into fists at her sides. Then she does something unexpected. She laughs. Not bitter annoyed laugh from earlier. This one darker. More dangerous. Fine, she says, voice icy. You want to play dirty? Let's play dirty. But don't think for a second that I'm going to let you take my kids away from me. Her words send chill down spine, but don't let it show. Instead, stare her down. Expression unflinching. They're not your kids, say quietly. They're ours, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect them from you. Amanda doesn't respond, just grabs her bag, storms outdoor, slams it behind her. Stand there in empty kitchen. Adrenaline finally starts to fade, leaving nothing but exhaustion. Fight isn't over, far from it. But for first time, Feel like I'm on front foot. She wanted war. She just declared it. And I wasn't planning to lose. Moment. Amanda slams door. Exhale breath didn't realize was holding. Silence in house feels heavy, almost suffocating. Want to feel victorious? Like just claimed upper hand in some grand battle. But truth is, hands are shaking. Stomach in knots. This isn't fight I wanted, but it's fight I have no choice. But to win, sit down at kitchen table, staring at screen of phone. Evidence gathered all neatly stored. In folder, texts, emails, screenshots of her messages with Tyler. Video of him cozying up to girl at bar. It's damning collection. One I'd show to lawyer. First thing Monday morning. But something else need to do. Something that isn't about legal strategies or custody battles. This isn't just about kids anymore. It's about reclaiming my life. From wreckage, Amanda created open Facebook. Haven't posted in years. Social media isn't really my thing. But this too perfect opportunity to pass up. Scroll through photos until find picture of Amanda and me from 2 years ago. One of those perfect couple shots, taken at friend's wedding. She's laughing, arm draped around my shoulders. We looked happy. We looked real. Add caption to photo. Funny how photo can lie. Behind smiles are years of deceit. Behind laughter, betrayal. Behind her hand on my shoulder, a knife perfectly aimed. But don't worry, the truth always comes out. Hit post before can second guess myself. Not usually one for public drama, but this isn't about airing dirty laundry. This about setting stage. Amanda spent years carefully curating. Image of perfect wife and mother. Want her to know, not afraid to tear that facade down. Within minutes, comments start pouring in. Friends, coworkers, even some of Amanda's family chime in. Most shocked, some supportive, few downright nosy, fishing for details. Don't reply to any of them. That's not point. By time, put phone down. Head pounding. Haven't slept much in days. Weight of everything starting to catch up. Need to clear head? Grab jacket. Step outside. Let crisp autumn air wash over me. Neighborhood quiet. Kind of suburban silence. That used to feel comforting. Now feels eerie, like it's mocking me. Don't get far before phone buzzes again. It's Jennifer. For moment debate, letting it go to voicemail. But remember way her voice cracked. During last conversation. Hesitation. Guilt. She might not have been innocent in all this. Robert, she says when answer. Voice low. What hell is going on? Amanda just called me and she's losing it. Said you're trying to ruin her life? Ruin her life? Say voice cold. She ruined it herself. I'm just making sure everyone knows truth. Jennifer sighs. Look, I get it. What she did was awful. You have every right to be angry. But airing it out on social media? That's not going to help anyone. Especially not kids. Her words sting, but don't let it show. Don't lecture me, Jennifer. You knew, maybe not everything, but you knew enough, and you said nothing. So don't pretend to care about kids now. Long pause on other end. When Jennifer finally speaks, voice softer. You're right. I should have said something. I didn't know how. Amanda's always been intense, and honestly, I didn't think she'd go this far. She didn't just go far, say bitterly. She burned it all to the ground. I'm sorry, Robert, I really am. She hesitates. But you need to be careful. Amanda's not going to take this lying down. You know how she is. She doesn't lose. Not without fight. Smirk thought no humor in it. Good. Let her fight. I'm ready. Jennifer doesn't respond right away. When finally speaks, tone more serious. Just don't let this consume you, okay? Kids need you. Don't lose sight of that. Call ends shortly after, but her words linger in mind. Kids, Lucas and Rose are my priority. That much clear. But what Jennifer doesn't understand, this fight is for them. For their safety, their future, for life they deserve. Walk back into house. Phone buzzes again. This time text from Amanda. Amanda, you want to play dirty? Fine. But don't forget Robert. I know things about you too. You're not as perfect as you like to pretend. Let's see how everyone reacts. When I start telling my side of story, part of me wants to laugh. Of course, she tried to turn this into war of perception, twisting narrative, to make herself look like victim. But unlike her, don't have skeletons in closet. My biggest crime was trusting her. Type quick reply. Me. Tell whoever you want. But remember this, I'm not one who cheated. I'm not one who lied. And I'm not one who brought stranger into our kids' lives. Keep digging that hole, Amanda. I'll be waiting at bottom. Hit send. Toss phone onto counter. This isn't just about me and Amanda anymore. It's about control. Control over truth. Control over narrative. Control over future. And I'm done letting her call shots. Stand there in kitchen. Realize something. For first time in years. Feel alive. Amanda wanted fight. She'd get one, but wasn't just fighting for revenge, was fighting to take my life back. Amanda's threat doesn't scare me. Pisses me off, actually. Idea that she thinks she can twist truth. That she can paint me as bad guy after what she's done? Almost laughable. Almost. Thing about Amanda is, she's never faced real consequences. Always had way of talking herself out of trouble. Spinning stories to make herself look like victim. In high school, convinced teacher that dog actually did eat her homework. In college, talked way out of speeding ticket by crying about fake family emergency, and with me, she was queen of deflecting blame. But this time, not letting her get away with it. Next morning, meet with lawyer. His name is Andrew, no nonsense type, with receding hairline, kind of steel gaze. That could make anyone squirm. Came highly recommended by friend who'd gone through nasty divorce. Within 5 minutes of sitting in his office. Know why? So let me get this straight, Andrew says, leaning back in chair. Your wife cheated on you repeatedly, brought her lover into your home, and now she's threatening to fight for custody. That's gist of it, say. Andrew nods slowly, tapping pen against edge of desk. Do you have evidence? Pull out phone, slide it across desk. Texts, emails, and video of her lover. Hitting on someone else at bar, it's all there. Andrew picks up phone, starts scrolling through folder I'd prepared. Eyebrows shoot up couple times. At one point, lets out low whistle. This is substantial, says finally. Looking up, courts won't look kindly on her behavior, especially if you can prove she was neglecting kids. To carry on this affair, do you have anything that shows she was absent or unavailable for them? Not yet, admit he. But wouldn't be surprised. If there's more to dig up, she's been distracted for months. Andrew nods again. All right, here's plan. First, we file for divorce, citing infidelity as cause. Then we start building your case for custody. Goal is to show you're more stable parent. One who puts kids' well-being first. Lean forward. And if she tries to smear me? Make me look like bad guy? Andrew smirks. Let her try. If she throws dirt, we'll throw evidence. Courts don't care about petty drama. They care about facts. And from what I've seen so far, facts are on your side. That exactly what needed to hear. Before leave his office, Andrew hands me list of things to do. Gather more evidence. Document every interaction with Amanda. And most importantly, stay calm. Don't give her anything she can use against you. He warns, no angry texts, no shouting matches. Keep it professional. Easier said than done, but determined to follow his advice. Get back to cabin that afternoon. Kids playing outside by lake. Lucas skipping stones. Rose busy building what looks like rock castle on shore. For a moment, just stand there watching them. They look so happy, so carefree. Realize just how much have to lose. If this goes wrong, Daddy, look! Rose shouts, holding up perfectly round rock. It's magic stone! Walk over, kneel beside her, take rock from her tiny hands. What makes it magic? She tilts head, thinking hard. It makes wishes come true, says finally. Smile. Ruffle her hair. Then I'd better keep it safe, huh? She nods seriously, slip rock into pocket. It isn't magic, of course, but in that moment, wish with everything have that could protect her and Lucas from what was coming. That evening while kids asleep, Amanda calls. Stare at screen for a moment, debating whether to answer. Finally pick up. What do you want, Amanda? Say, skipping pleasantries. Robert, this has gone far enough, she says. Voice sharp. Dragging lawyers into this, posting cryptic crap on Facebook. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Shoot back. You cheated on me, Amanda. You lied. You betrayed me. And now you're acting like I'm problem. Do you even hear yourself? She lets out exasperated sigh. Oh, spare me martyr act. You're not perfect, Robert. You think just because you work late and pay bills, that makes you good husband. Newsflash, I was miserable. And if you weren't so blind, you would have seen that. Right, say voice dripping with sarcasm. Because logical solution to being miserable is to sleep with personal trainer and blow up your family. Her tone turns icy. You know what? Fine. If you want to play victim, go ahead. But you're not taking my kids away from me. I'll fight you, Robert. And I'll win. Good luck with that, say. Voice calm but firm. Because moment this goes to court. Judge is going to see exactly what kind of mother you've been. Long pause on her end. When finally speaks, voice quieter, almost dangerous. You think you've got it all figured out? Don't you? I don't think Amanda... I know. Hang up before she can say anything else. Next day, start putting rest of plan in motion. First, reach out to private investigator. If there's more dirt on Amanda or Tyler, want to know everything. Every lie, every betrayal, every secret. Start gathering own evidence too. Go through old texts and emails, piecing together timeline of her affair. Reach out to a couple of mutual friends, carefully feeling them out. See if they noticed anything unusual. Most shocked when tell them truth. Some supportive. Others not so much. Amanda already starting to spin her web. Seen post on her Instagram that morning. Smiling selfie with caption. Sometimes hardest battles. Or ones you never expected to fight. But I'm stronger than they think. Makes me sick. But not going to let her rewrite story. Not this time. Days that follow are mix of calm and chaos. On surface, everything peaceful. Lucas and Rose happy. Adjusting to life at cabin. Spending days swimming in lake. Playing hide and seek in woods. Do my best to shield them from storm brewing behind scenes. But underneath, war with Amanda escalating. Her social media posts become increasingly pointed. Doesn't name me outright, but message clear to anyone who knows us. Pictures of her with kids from months ago pop up with captions like, "A mother's love never wavers. No matter how hard others try to break her spirit, she's playing victim," carefully crafting narrative to make herself look like doting devoted mother, while subtly painting me as villain, but not sitting idle. Private investigator I hired, let's call him Greg, is good. Very good. Within 3 days has detailed report on Tyler Bennett. Reads like soap opera script. Turns out Tyler isn't just personal trainer. He's personal disaster. First, there's his finances. Drowning in debt. Credit cards maxed out. Unpaid loans. Even pending eviction notice for his apartment. Then there are women. Greg uncovers at least 4 others. Tyler been seeing while with Amanda. Each one oblivious to others. But real kicker, Tyler has record. Nothing major. Just couple arrests for drunk and disorderly conduct. But enough to paint clear picture of who he really is. Greg even manages to get surveillance photos of Tyler meeting one of other girlfriends at bar. Timestamp on photos. 2 days after I walked out of house. Stare at report for long time. Anger simmering just below surface. Amanda risked everything. Our marriage, our family. For this guy, walking talking red flag factory? But anger doesn't consume me. If anything sharpens my focus, not just going to expose Amanda, going to make her regret every single lie she told. Later that week, set up meeting with Andrew, my lawyer. To go over next steps, hand him report from Greg, along with copies of Amanda's texts and emails. Andrew flips through pages, nodding as he reads. "This is gold," he says, smirking. Tyler's financial issues. The other women, his arrests. It all adds up to one thing. Poor judgment on Amanda's part. Courts won't look kindly on her bringing someone like this into her kids' lives. What's our next move? Ask E. We file, Andrew says firmly. Going for primary custody with supervised visitation for her. Until we can prove she's stable, based on what you've given me, we have very strong case. And if she fights back? Andrew smiles. Sharp wolfish grin. Let her. She's fighting uphill. And she knows it. She might try to play dirty. But you've got facts on your side. Facts always win. Amanda doesn't take news well. When she's served with divorce papers, calls me immediately, voice mix of anger and panic. Are you serious, Robert? She snaps. You're actually doing this? Dead serious, say keeping voice calm. This is what happens. When you destroy family Amanda, actions have consequences. Oh, spare me lecture, she hisses. You think you're so righteous? So perfect. But I've got news for you. You're not. And if you think I'm just going to roll over and let you take my kids, you're delusional. They're not just your kids, shoot back. And I'm not trying to take them from you. I'm trying to protect them. From your lies, your selfishness, and from that loser you've been sneaking around with. Tyler isn't loser, she spats. You don't know him. Oh, I know plenty, say voice sharp. Like fact he's drowning in debt. Or that he's juggling multiple women, just like he juggles his unpaid bills. Or how about his little record? You didn't know about that. Did you? Long, heavy silence on other end. Can almost hear her brain scrambling. to catch up, to process reality just dropped on her. Don't believe everything you hear, she says finally. But voice lacks confidence it usually carries. Oh, I don't believe everything, say. Just stuff backed up by photos, court records, and eyewitness accounts. Face it, Amanda. You gambled and you lost. She doesn't reply. Instead, hangs up on me. But Amanda isn't done. Know her too well? To think she'd go down quietly. And sure enough, next day she makes her move. It starts with email. Long rambling message, accusing me of being absent father, who never put family first, claims I'm only filing for custody. To punish her, insists kids would be better off with her. But that's not worst part. Few hours later, get call from Jennifer. Robert, she says, voice tense. You need to see this. She sends screenshot of post Amanda made in local mom's group on Facebook. Post reads, going through really tough time right now? My husband is trying to take my kids away, using lies and manipulation. To make me look like bad guy. If anyone knows good family lawyer, please DM me. Just want to protect my babies. Comments exactly what you'd expect. Flood of sympathy from strangers who have no idea what truth is. People calling me monster, telling Amanda to stay strong, offering advice and support. It's infuriating. But don't take bait. Instead, send screenshot to Andrew. Perfect, he says when call him. More she tries to play victim. More obvious it'll be to court that she's grasping at straws. Just stick to plan Robert. Let her dig her own grave. That night as tuck Lucas and Rose into bed, feel weight of everything pressing down. Rose clings to stuffed elephant, eyes already half closed, while Lucas whispers, Dad, are we going to stay here forever? Kneel beside his bed, brush hair out of his eyes. I don't know, buddy, say honestly. But no matter what happens, I'm going to make sure you and your sister are safe. I promise. Sit in dark living room later that night. Realize something. This isn't just about beating Amanda anymore. Not about revenge, or anger, or even justice. It's about them. Lucas and Rose deserve better than mess Amanda created. They deserve stability, love, and future free from lies. Going to give it to them, even if means burning everything else to ground. Fight isn't over. But I'm not backing down. Amanda isn't just liar. She's strategist, manipulative, calculating opportunist. Who knows how to make herself look like hero in her own twisted story. And when people like her feel cornered, they don't surrender. They escalate. 2 days after her pity post, in Mom's group, get email from her lawyer. Apparently she isn't just going to defend herself. She's filing for full custody. Full custody. The audacity of it almost funny. Almost her claim that I'm emotionally neglectful, controlling, and unfit to provide stable environment for children. She even throws in line about how my sudden decision to remove kids from home without consulting her shows pattern of irrational and impulsive behavior. Sit there in Cabin's living room, staring at email, jaw tightened, hands curling into fists. She's twisting everything. My escape with kids, my fight to protect them. She's spinning it into narrative, where I'm villain. First instinct is to call her, let her have it, scream at her for turning this into circus, for dragging kids into her mess. But then remember what Andrew told me. Don't give her anything she can use against you. So don't call her, call Andrew instead. Expected this, he says. Voice calm, almost casual. When people like Amanda feel cornered, they hit hard. Try to distract from their own behavior. By putting other person on trial, what do we do? Ask. We fight with facts, Andrew replies. We show court exactly who she is, exactly what she's done, and exactly why kids are better off with you. I'll draft response, but need you to stay focused, Robert. Don't let her get into your head. He's right. This isn't about me or my pride. This about Lucas and Rose. Next few days, blur of paperwork and preparation. Andrew files divorce papers and our petition for primary custody, attaching every shred of evidence we have. Texts, emails, private investigators report. Everything? Meanwhile, Amanda continues her campaign, sends messages to mutual friends, painting me as vindictive husband. Who's using kids as pawns? She even has nerve to show up at Cabin unannounced one afternoon, pounding on door like lunatic. Robert, open door, she shouts. Voice muffled through wood. Kids inside sitting at kitchen table, working on puzzle. Tell them stay put. Go to door. Crack it open just enough to see her face. What do you want, Amanda? Ask. Voice flat, her face flushed, eyes wild. She isn't composed cunning woman I married. Looks frantic, desperate. You can't do this, she hisses. You can't just take them and hide here like some kind of coward. I didn't take them, say calmly. They're my kids too. And I didn't hide. I protected them from you. Her eyes narrow. From me? That's rich, Robert. Do you really think you're some kind of hero? You've been checked out of this marriage for years. You think paying bills and showing up to soccer games makes you good dad? You don't even know how to connect with them. Feel flicker of anger, but keep voice steady. You're right. I wasn't perfect. But at least I didn't bring stranger into our house. At least I didn't lie. To them. To you. To myself. So spare me lecture on parenting. Amanda. Her face twists in rage. You're going to regret this? You think you're better than me? You think court's going to hand you custody? Just because you've got some stupid emails. I'm their mother, Robert. No one's going to take them away from me. Step closer. Lower voice so kids won't hear. This isn't about you, Amanda. It's about them. And if you really cared about them, you'd stop dragging them into your mess. For a moment, she just stares at me, chest heaving, then turns, storms off, heels clicking against porch. Watch her get into car and drive away. Heart pounding in chest. Don't feel victorious. Feel drained. That night, sit down with Lucas and Rose. It isn't conversation want to have, but one can't avoid any longer. Hey guys, say sitting on floor with them. As they work on puzzle, can we talk for a minute? Lucas looks up, brow furrowed. Are we in trouble? Nobody, say quickly. You're not in trouble. I need to talk to you. About Mommy. Rose's eyes widen. Is Mommy coming here? No, say gently. Not right now. But things are going to be different. For a while, Lucas frowns. Because you and Mommy had fight? Nods slowly. Yeah, but it's more than that. Mommy and I aren't going to live together anymore. And I know that's hard to understand, but I want you to know that it's not your fault. It's not about you or Rose. We both love you very much, and that's never going to change. Lucas doesn't say anything, just looks down at puzzle, his little hands clenching into fists. Rose, on other hand, crawls into my lap, her elephant tucked under arm. Will we still see Mommy? She asks softly. Hesitate, choosing words carefully. Yes, but it might not be as often. We're still figuring everything out. And I promise I'll keep you both safe. No matter what. She seems to accept that, but Lucas, still silent, finally looks up at me. His eyes filled with something haven't seen in him before. Not anger, not sadness, something deeper. Did Mommy do something bad? He asks quietly. Question hits me like punch to gut. How do you answer that? Without breaking their world. She made some mistakes, say carefully. But that doesn't mean she doesn't love you. People make mistakes sometimes. Even grown-ups. Lucas doesn't look convinced, but nods anyway. Next morning, get unexpected text from Jennifer. Jennifer, you need to see this. Jennifer, Amanda's unraveling. Attached screenshot of Amanda's latest post. In Mom's group, divorce is hardest thing mother can go through. Especially when your ex is trying to turn your own children against you. Stay strong, mamas. Never let anyone take away your babies. Below post dozens of comments. From women offering support, calling me manipulative narcissist, and terrible father. Amanda good at this. Knows how to work people, how to pull at their heartstrings, but cracks starting to show. Jennifer's message comes through second later. Jennifer, she's losing control. Keep going. You've got this. For first time in weeks, feel something other than anger or exhaustion. Feel hope. Amanda's web of lies starting to collapse. And when it does, I'd be ready to pick up pieces. For Lucas, for Rose, and for me. Courtroom smells like stale coffee and old wood polish. But tension in Air Electric, Amanda sits across from me, dressed in tailored blazer and look of forced serenity, trying to play role of wronged mother, her hands folded neatly in lap, lips pressed into practiced frown. I, on other hand, am done pretending. This is it. Moment, everything comes to light. Andrew leans over, whispers. Remember, stay calm. Let her dig her own grave. We've got this. Nod. Keep eyes locked on Judge as she enters, calls room to order. Amanda's lawyer, sharp-dressed woman with piercing voice, wastes no time, launching into carefully crafted narrative. Your Honor, she begins. My client is dedicated mother who has been blindsided by her husband's erratic behavior. He removed children from their home without her consent and has since been using aggressive tactics to alienate her from them. This is clear case of parental manipulation. Amanda sits there nodding solemnly, as if every word gospel, bite inside of cheek, to keep from reacting. This part of game, painting me as villain, distracting court from her own actions. But Andrew prepared me for this. When it's his turn, Andrew stands, his calm confidence filling room. Your Honor, he says, what my client seeks today is not vengeance or retaliation, but stability for his children. Evidence we've submitted will show that Mrs. Anderson's actions have repeatedly jeopardized emotional and physical well-being of children. This is not matter of opinion. It's matter of fact. He places thick folder of evidence on judge's desk, and then it begins. Over next 2 hours, Andrew systematically dismantles Amanda's facade. First comes texts and emails, projects them onto screen for whole courtroom to see. Conversations between Amanda and Tyler that leave no doubt about nature of their relationship. Flirty messages, plans to meet while I was at work. One particularly damning message where she bragged about how Robert would never find out. Amanda's lawyer tries to object, but judge waves her off. Next comes private investigator's report. Andrew walks court through every detail. Tyler's debt, his other relationships, his arrests, even presents photos of Tyler at bar with another woman. Time-stamped and dated. Amanda shifts uncomfortably in seat, her confident demeanor starting to crack. But real blow comes when Andrew introduces witness statements. 2 of our mutual friends agreed to testify, both confirming Amanda had been absent and distracted for months, often leaving kids with babysitters, or with me while she worked late. One of friends, mother from Lucas's soccer team, had even witnessed Amanda and Tyler together, in parking lot holding hands. By time Andrew finished, Amanda's lawyer looked like she'd aged 10 years. When it's Amanda's turn to speak, she stands, hands trembling slightly. Your Honor, she begins, voice wavering. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes, but that doesn't make me bad mother. Everything I've done has been out of love for my children. Robert, she continues, he's painting me as monster, but he's no saint. He's cold, distant, and emotionally unavailable. I felt invisible in my own marriage. Her voice cracks. For a moment, almost feel sorry for her. Almost. But then she makes her fatal mistake. And as for Tyler, she continues, tone hardening. He's not person Robert making him out to be. Yes, we're friends, but that's all we are. Robert is twisting things to hurt me. And it's not fair. Andrew doesn't even flinch. He stands, holding up printed email. Your Honor, he says, this is confirmation of hotel reservation made by Mrs. Anderson under her name. Second guest, Tyler Bennett. Date 3 weeks ago. This is not friendship. This is deceit. Amanda's face goes pale. Her lawyer buries face in hands. By end of hearing, clear to everyone in room, where truth lay, judge didn't even need to deliberate for long. She ruled in my favor, granted me primary custody of Lucas and Rose, Amanda receiving supervised visitation until she could demonstrate her life was stable. Divorce proceedings still ongoing, but this victory felt monumental. As judge gave ruling, Amanda sat frozen, face mask of disbelief. When hearing ended, she stormed out of courtroom without word to me. Later that evening, sit on cabin porch, watching kids chase fireflies in yard. Lucas laughing, arms flailing as tries to catch one, while Rose twirls in circles, with her elephant clutched to chest. For first time in weeks, feel sense of peace. Amanda will still be part of their lives. That's inevitable. But control she once wielded is gone. Her lies, her manipulation, her selfishness, all crumbled under weight of her own choices. Phone buzzes in pocket. Text from Jennifer. Jennifer. Saw the ruling. I'm happy for you, Robert. You deserve this. Stare at message for moment. Before typing reply. Me, thanks. Kids deserved it more. Later that night, after kids are asleep, stand by lake, looking out over calm, glassy water. Think about everything that happened, everything I'd lost, and everything I'd gained. This isn't life I envisioned. When I married Amanda, never thought I'd be here. Raising 2 kids on my own, rebuilding from ground up, but in way, feel free. Amanda's betrayal had broken me, but it also forced me to become something stronger. Better father, better man. As stand there, reach into pocket, pull out Rose's magic stone, hold it in palm, feeling cool surface against skin. Make wish, not for revenge, not for justice, but for peace. For Lucas and Rose to grow up, happy and safe. For strength to keep moving forward, no matter what. And and for first time in long time feel like that wish might actually come true. War was over, and I had won.